Summer of Suffering Gauntlet is finally here, and I spent a bit of time theory crafting what I want my 2 runs to be, based off of some of the leaked objectives and leaked fights. And because I wanted to get this stuff done in only 2 runs, these aren't going to be maybe the best ideal runs you could do. If you wanted to go for like 3 runs or 4 runs, you could like probably do this with less items than I did, but I only used 1 revive, so I really wouldn't say I used that many items at all. But at the same time, I wanted to grind out this left side by doing the Science, Tech, and Skill objective, along with the Only Saga objective and the Only Heroes objective. And my team of Penny Parker, Silk, and Luke Cage fulfilled that very well. And the all of the fights are like pretty easy except for the Mole Man one with this team. Penny does a very good job for Toad. I got this one first try on second attempt. It does help that I practiced it a good bit when Toad first came out. So maybe it's not that easy, but it's something I was used to, so I was confident doing it. And then also the Luke Cage, he kind of completely destroys Destroyer. And then Silk completely destroys Idom. I think Luke Cage could also be good for Idom. And then Mole Man was the tricky one. I thought Penny could do it, and she ended up doing pretty decent of a job. I just couldn't get the solo. It took me 1 revive. But yeah, Penny with decent AI cooperation, decent AI cooperation does pretty well. It's just sometimes I was like, yeah, I could have had the solo if he threw his special here, but it's fine. It happens, unfortunately. But let's just focus on the fight at hand. Being this Toad here. Penny is poison immune, meaning that you do need to do one of 2 things. You either need to keep his prowess down by intercepting a lot, or you need to push him to SP2s a lot where he will consume his prowess. If you don't know, once Toad reaches 10 prowess and you are poison immune, after you hit him and he would trigger another prowess, then you are just going to get passive stun for like 3 seconds, and it's not going to be very fun. Which is why I'm going to make sure that Toad never reaches 10 prowess, because yeah, Penny is poison immune, so it means that I don't ever have to worry about the poison aspect of the fight. I just need to worry about his special attacks and trying to intercept as frequently as possible. Penny does enough damage to where you can do this in just a couple SP2 cycles, especially when I'm boosted like you saw I was. There's like no reason to not use boost when this is like the biggest content out in the game right now, and you probably have a lot accumulated, so you might as well, which is why I'm using them. Even though I'm gonna need some boost for war, I used some medium ones, so I knew I could get them back relatively fast. And then we drop this SP2, it does plenty of incinerate damage, and then Toad is gone, so there we go. That's the Toad fight. One of my least favorite fights of this cycle, but Penny makes it not a joke, but very manageable. Next up, we're going to fight Destroyer, and this is going to be taken with Luke Cage. Luke is very good for this fight. You kind of just shut off most of Destroyer's abilities with the concussion. He's not going to be able to get a power gain. He's not going to be able to do rupture damage back to you. He shuts off basically all of the nodes. He might shut off the Unstoppable. He might not shut off the Unstoppable. I'm not really sure, because I kept Destroyer like in his corner the entire time to where he didn't even have the chance. But yeah, you control the power gain, the unblockable once you get the SP2 up. You control the damage back from ruptures. You just need that concussion up, and then it lasts so long that it's going to be there most of the fight. Gonna go for a combo right there. Drop the SP2 with 5 exhaustions, which is the max potency of concussion you can get. So just try to drop it with 5, and then you have 150% ability accuracy reduction right there. So really, really nice. At this point, it's just getting him down as fast as we can. And Luke, while not maybe one of the speediest champions, he definitely does a very effective job at doing it at decent enough speed. It's just not like nuking, of course. So anyway, next up, we are just going to drop a couple SP1s because they do nice burst damage on the attack, and then they also place a stun at the end. So an opening where I can get another Debilitate up. Debilitate is just going to extend the duration of all my debuffs, which is really nice for those concussions, so that I don't need to worry about throwing SP2s extremely often. And yeah, it's just hitting the opponent and dropping SP2s every once in a while. That's basically all Luke has to do for this fight. And then, yeah, nice crits on that special. It hit very hard. And then we have 4 concussions, but remember, we only need 2 of them to completely shut off Destroyer, assuming your concussions were placed with at least 5 exhaustions, because the potency scales with the exhaustions you consumed. Anyway, he is almost dead now. He's at a third of his health. So we're going to drop, not an SP1 here, I'm going to go for another SP2. The concussion did fall off, but that's fine. We're going to reapply right there. And then just beta SP2s, unblockable again, completely shut off, protection shut off. There's like nothing Destroyer can do in this fight at this point. So I'm going to go for like a parry heavy, or not, I guess. I thought I would, but we're just going to drop the SP1, do some nice burst damage, go for a parry heavy there, or just a heavy, and then I'm just like, yeah, I can kill him at this point. So we're going to go for another SP1. If that doesn't kill, we have another combo, and then a relic, and then another SP1, and then another combo, and yeah, it was just time to kill him. So anyway, there is Luke for that Destroyer. Very nice fight right there. And then we're going to move on to Mole Man, which again was the fight I was looking forward to the least. It's also the fight I enjoyed the least in the entire Summer of Suffering event. I just didn't like the design of this fight, and it made it worse considering it's one of the fights you have to take on both paths, unfortunately. But yeah, Penny can do this. Again, I did this in 1 revive, so clearly it is soloable. I just didn't play it as well as I could have. And then I'm going to speed this up because it's definitely not a fast fight. What you want to do is try to drop an SP2 with all of your charges ramped, and then hopefully he doesn't purify a bunch of them. Like you're going to want to have him in his rampage mode, or frenzy, and then you want him to drop a special attack like as soon as you place those. So we go for the SP2 there, and then he doesn't drop a special attack immediately, so we do barely any damage, unfortunately. But if he did, which you're going to see later when he actually plays ball and drops a special when he's supposed to, you just do so much damage, and it's so great. So anyway, power drain triggers, just continuing to intercept. It's annoying that I can't really medium intercept, because if I hit his block, then I just die, because he goes unstoppable and combos me. But it's okay. I just need to continue to get to my SP2, and then drop those incinerates, and then just hope he throws a special attack right after. I need him to throw a special here. He does, and then I'm going to go for my special. No, I'm not. I'm actually going to wait out the timer. I wanted to see if I could get better uptime on those incinerates. So, do need to be careful about Bubble Shield. I do get caught on that a couple times, and it's especially annoying when he's in his frenzy mode, because then he just crits through your block, and there was that massive damage. That did about 40% of his health. So that's what happens when the AI plays ball for this fight. It just sometimes takes a few tries to get it to do that. Anyway, just continuing to try to get to another SP2, trying to intercept here, got it, but when I can't parry a bunch to gain the power gain from Penny's Sync Shield, it just makes it almost impossible to get to an SP2, and I can't really parry much when he's in Frenzy, because he just crits through my block and then just completely wipes out my health, unfortunately. So we're going to wait out his Frenzy. Now that it's gone, I'm going to wait out one more of the power drain triggers, and then hope that's enough to where I can get to an SP2, drop it, and then he's going to die. He drops SP1 here, that's fine. Gonna go for a combo into a relic and to a special attack right here. And if he drops a special there, he might have died, but he didn't feel like it. So unfortunately, now it's just me trying to find an intercept, because once again, I can't dash in, because if I hit his block, I'm just dead. So I have to find a random light intercept, which is very annoying to do, but whatever. And he's so unaggressive, man. Like, I'm just trying to get an opening because I can't hit his block. So, like, what am I supposed to do? And then I eventually just hit his block on accident, and then I get killed. Anyway, go back in, and then I'm just going to try to do the same thing. Get my SP2 dropped with him at a special attack. He throws the special attack, and then he's going to die from the incinerates. That's if this fight goes well, which it doesn't always. But there, I forgot about Bubble Shield, triggered my auto block, saved me a bit of health. But We can go for the SP2 right here. It does good damage. And then, again, he just waits his special attack a little bit. But actually, no, that didn't cause me to lose any damage because the Incinerate didn't get consumed until after the special. So now he's at 4%. And I'm just like, can you please die? So I need him to throw a special because after he throws a special, I can do a medium attack and it's going to do decent damage. So he's at 4% now, medium right here, and now he's at 1%. I'm just like, okay, one more special attack and then he dies. Knock him down to make him inclined to throw a special, and he still doesn't do it. So now I need to find a way to push him to a bar, and he wipes out my block once again, but it's okay. He throws a special and he dies. So there we go. He throws it right here. Go for a medium afterwards, and there we go. That's Mole Man. Penny, definitely not one of the best options, but it is soloable and something that I probably could get the solo on if I tried it a couple more times. Last up, we're fighting the new Idom boss, which Silk completely cheeses this one. Just, you have these slow to counter it, counters aura if you need to, but it's largely just get to an SP3 and then you just do an absurd amount of damage and then he's gonna die. And then just trying to play aggressive in the meantime, just to keep the shock off of you. And then bait SP2s if you can help it rather than SP1s. Although I don't know how much it really matters in the grand scheme of things when you have the slow and you have the grit from punishing specials. So, yeah, I find this Idom boss like really easy. It's just a little bit rough to find a good counter for it because they restricted a lot of the cosmic options. And rightfully so, I guess. But at the same time, yeah, Silk just does this. So when you're doing a run where you don't have the best options on your team, I can see this one being a little bit more difficult, but for this side at least, Silk just completely destroyed it. So there we go. On the left side, I'm definitely not going to have Silk, so it's going to be a bit more rough to take this one. But I have a good idea of what I'm going to be doing, and then I should have a left side video out later in the day, so you can see what I do there. But anyway, in summary, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you need any help planning your path for this one, I probably can give some good advice, and some other people in the comment section should be able to give good advice. So, yeah, if you need any help, just go ahead and ask. And good luck to your runs. Good luck on your Titan Crystals that shifted today. So I'm going to have another Titan Crystal video releasing maybe tomorrow, because I should have 3, maybe 4 that I can open. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next video.